Hello there, boys and girls. How you doing? Welcome to another weird and wonderful episode of Adventures of the Broken Retired. Should I put it up there? Is it up there? I can never tell. I don't see it. Anyway, welcome to another weird and wonderful and exciting episode of Adventures of the Broken Retired. I almost forgot who I was. I'm tired today. It's been a long day. I'll tell you what I've been doing for the last couple of hours. I had a suggestion from a viewer that what I should do is, or I had a suggestion from a viewer about talking about all the stuff that is on the walls in my office. And I decided I would go ahead and do that. Now, notice that I referred to this as an office, not a studio. There's a reason for that. It is not a studio, it's an office. Studios are very clean and very neat and very bright. They have a lot of lights because the camera's got to be able to see you to be able to take pictures. My office doesn't have that. My office has a ceiling fan light. It's got the ring light. You can see in the picture behind me, the reflection of the ring light, which you're going to see a lot of. See how I strategically place that so my fat skull's in the way? But when I was walking around taking pictures of the walls, I was having trouble finding an angle that would take a decent picture, not have a bunch of reflections off the glass on the front, and not screwed up and still come out, It's got to be bright enough. So the office is not very bright. You got a light on the ceiling fan. I got a single 60-watt bulb that is behind. You can probably see it. See how it's lit up down in there? Huh. Anyway, it's got a 60-watt bulb there. And I got this ring light for this, but usually the ring light is not on. So some of the pictures on some of the stuff on the walls, I'm not sure how they're going to come out. We're going to look and see. And something else that I discovered in the process of taking pictures of stuff on the walls, there's a couple things I couldn't take pictures of because they had information. They were posted by law. They were still part of my business being up there. Occupational license, that kind of stuff. Couldn't post that. But there's 71 pictures. And I was anticipating showing the stuff on the walls and, that'd be a 30-minute video. Well, it's probably going to end up being 2 or 3 30-minute videos. Because every time I would take a picture, I would think about what was in that picture and think about what I was going to say about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut this part of it off. And I'm going to go to my cool microphone that I just ran it off the desk. Look at that, will you? That was interesting. I told you it was an exciting episode. There we go. That's fixed. I love this microphone, and I've gotten compliments for a couple people on the way the vocals in the talkovers. It's not talkover. I don't know. Whatever. I've gotten compliments on the way it sounds. It's really a pretty cool microphone. You see it's got that little red light on top. Can you see that? See the little red light? Watch. It's recording. Now it's not recording. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see it or not. I don't know if I can see it in there. But that's cool. You don't press anything. You just touch it. Turns it on and off. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this off and go over there, look at the screen, and then just go by what's on the screen and put the video together. So, thank you for coming. sit down, get yourself something that you like to drink, maybe a little snack. I just had cracker time with Barty and Ed. They enjoyed it. They hadn't had cracker time in a while. I tried filming them, and I can pick up the phone and point it at them and play with it, do whatever I want. But as soon as I make as soon as I press video and as soon as I press and turn the camera on, it doesn't make any noise. It makes a noise when you start and stop. But if you just turn the camera on, it doesn't make any noise at all. And they still know that the camera's on and they'll walk away. So I don't know what them guys are afraid of that camera for, but if I bring up the camera, they walk away. And as soon as I put it down, they come right back. So I will do this and we'll see how it goes. So hang around, enjoy yourself. And here we are with our first look at what we got on the walls. That Called On logo that you see on the front of my shirts is trademarked. That's a copy of my trademark. The skull was given to me by a friend of mine. I really do appreciate that. It was painted red by Amy. And all those hats hanging up there, and a couple more you'll see, are there just as reminders of what I would come home looking like at the end of the day. A couple more hats worn by a hard-working man. I worked hard at my business. I stayed dedicated to it. And I worked hard to make it work. And there's another one. Maybe I'm getting a little carried away with them, but there it is. I was a member of the Better Business Bureau for many years. At first, I had an A rating, and I contacted them and said, hey, I deserve an A+ rating. I've never had a complaint in the whole time I've been doing this. And they said, well, that's why you have an A rating. If you had a complaint and fixed it, then we could know what your resolution skills or practices are. But so they didn't want to give me A+ status because I didn't have a complaint, which I thought was whatever. And I had friends that said, well, we'll complain for you. No, we ain't going to do that. So I just, let it go. And eventually they said, okay, you've got A+ status. All right, get into some things that are a little more important, carry a little bit more weight, I guess you might say. That's my father. That's why that picture's up on the wall. I have very few pictures of him. He's in his late 50s in that picture, which means that he's been diagnosed. It's just a sad story. He never did anything to deserve that illness. Or maybe I should say to deserve that punishment. That's probably better. That is a reproduced copy of an advertisement for my favorite movie of all time. On Any Sunday. It's an off-road motorcycle movie documentary that I suggest anybody who's ever spent time or dreamt of spending time on two wheels watches. It was filmed in 1970, so now it's a really fantastic time capsule of the bikes and the people and the way things were back then. It is a great, great movie. That picture is a whole bunch of firsts. It's the first band picture I ever took. It's the first dollar I ever made playing music. It's the first band I ever played in for money. It's first for a lot of things. I thought about not showing their faces, but the truth of it is that picture is so old that you probably don't know which one in the picture is actually me. I'd love it in the comments if you could say which one you think I am. That would be interesting. The picture was taken, I think, in 1986, if that helps. That is my graduation certificate from the Dale Carnegie course, uh, how to how to influence people and get people to like you or something. I don't remember what the name of it was. That was a long time ago. That was a good course. If you've never taken it, I would suggest that you do, because it was fun. It was interesting, and I did learn some things. And there's some things that I've put to practice in my life that came out of that course. I enjoyed that. Those yellow things in those two frames. There's two in each frame. One of those is a citation for no insurance. One's for no registration. One is for speeding. And one of them is for either excessive noise or no eye protection. I don't remember now. I got those in the summer of 1978. It seems I didn't have a whole lot of respect for the law back in those days. And it seems like the law was pretty familiar with me. So I could do a whole video, hours, about the town I lived in and motorcycles. Anyway, after I got those tickets, I decided it was time to leave. Unbeknown to me at the time, they ended up making my dad pay those, which sucked. This is my oldest granddaughter, Zoe. She lives out in Walker with her mom still. I think she's 18 or 19 years old, something like that. Doing very well for herself. Getting into nursing. She's in school and working. She's come along very, very well. I'm very proud of her. Obviously, what we have here is a picture of Richard Pryor with Merv Griffin. Amy and I were at an antique store one day, and I'm just thumbing through looking at stuff. I like pictures. I love pictures. Pictures are cool. And I saw this picture, and I just had to have it. So I think I gave about $2-3 for it, something like that. But I think it's cool. This picture is undeniable proof that I am, in fact, a human being. That at one time I was a small person. With that point on my head, I think you can safely say I was birthed and not hatched. But yep, that would be a picture of your old buddy Don right there. Had I known then what I know now. I got a thing about saving the window stickers off of cars when I buy them. I think that one's from my van. 2002 Astrovan is what it should be for. I got it figured that 100 years from now, that's going to be a real interesting piece of paper. I've got several of them. You're going to see a few more here. You can't always get them. I don't have as many. I'd like to have them all, but that's physically impossible because sometimes, even if you tell the people, the dealership to save them, they won't. But I just think that's a real cool piece of paper. It's a real time capsule, I guess is what it is. So I'm up in the town in western New York State where I was born and raised. I was up there visiting my mom. We're walking around downtown. The name of the town is Canandaigua. It has a beautiful downtown. The founding fathers, the power that, not the founding fathers, but the power that be, the people in control of that town have done an unbelievably good job of keeping the town beautiful. But anyway, we walked into a store, and lo and behold, hanging on the wall is nothing but pictures. And they were all pictures of Roseland Park, which is another subject I could do an entire video on. Maybe I should. Maybe I will. And I love pictures. So I'm looking closely at the pictures, just in case there's somebody in one of them that I know, which it's a small town. It's a pretty good possibility I'd know somebody knows pictures. And lo and behold, what happened? Take a little bit of a closer look, and what do you see? You see my mother, my father, my sister, who's standing directly behind my mother, her husband with one of my nephews on his shoulders. Standing in the background in the gray T-shirt is Joshua, who is the oldest of their children, and there's two more walking in front of them. There they were, my family, in the Roseland picture on the wall. We ended up buying 11 copies of that picture and getting them all framed for the family. My name is Don, and I admit I have a weakness. It's called Fireball. Just love the stuff. I had an office manager here in the office with me for my business. Her name was Lauren. Loved her to death, still do. When I would get nervous or wound up, get scared about money or whatever, she would tell me, don't worry, everything's going to be all right. And she wrote it on the board there. I ended up having to let her go a couple of years ago. There was no more office to manage, really. And still haven't erased what she wrote. And this is my youngest daughter, Lindsay. Before. A couple times when I've been out in the garage, I've held up a piston and said, this is out of my 430 Husky. Well, if you ever wondered what a 430 Husky was, there's one right there. That's my 430. I loved that motorcycle. That thing was just unbelievably fun to ride. And it had power every time you turned the throttle. It never didn't have power. It was so much fun to ride that thing. And it was just great. I love that bike. That's a picture of me sitting on the couch at my mom's house. It was taken probably around November, December of 79. I'm sorry, of 78. It would have been shortly before I came to Louisiana. I came to Louisiana second week of January 79. Okay, boys and girls, this one is going to take a minute, so sit down and relax. I got a telephone call from a friend of mine. He said, hey, man, there's this new place called the Port Vincent Pub. They hired us to go play over there. They hired me to go play over there, but I don't have a band. Come play bass with us. All right. What are you going to call the band? Well, I don't know. I didn't think about it. So I told him, call us the Sofa Kings. All right. So he calls some other people, and we go over there. We set up and play, and I'm not going to lie. It was four of us. And I'm not going to lie to you, we had a lot of fun. Two of the guys were a little unregulated, shall we say. And as soon as the music is done playing, they would disappear. Now, you don't get paid to play the music. You get paid to move the equipment, okay? So now that just left me and the drummer. And I said, I don't care about the rest of this stuff. I'm taking my stuff and I'm going. And the drummer said the same thing. I'm just going to get my stuff and get out of here. I think that's perfectly fair. So that's what we did. Come to find out, the next day, I get a hold of one of the guys. And he says, man, you're not going to believe what happened last night, bro. This is the story he told me. We're going to call him Fred. And we're going to call the other guy Jones. So Fred tells me that Jones stole his truck and went riding off somewhere and left him there with no ride home, which didn't break his heart too much at first because he had hooked up with some woman who wanted to take him home to her house. So, he says, he loads up in that woman's car, and they go to her house, and they walk in the door. She walks in ahead of him, and when he walked in the door, some big, nasty, burly-looking dude looked at him in not such a pleasant fashion. He asked them what he was doing there, and his response to that was, I was just leaving, and he turned around and walked out. Now he realizes that he is out in the middle of nowhere, and she drove. He wasn't paying attention on which way they were going. He was paying attention to her, so he had no idea where he was. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. Been playing music all night, been drinking all night, so he starts walking down the road. Lo and behold, he's walking down the road when the other one, who had stolen his truck, comes cruising along. And picks him up. Well, he notices in the back of his truck, where normally all of his music equipment would go, there's a whole bunch of firewood. And the guy who stole his truck said, "Oh, no, man. I've been collecting firewood all night. We need some at home." And so they went on, and from there, I didn't even want to listen to the story anymore. Them guys couldn't keep it together for all we had to do was get through one night. That's all we had to do. Anyway, so there you go. This picture was taken the first time that that band ever played a gig together. It was also the last time that band ever played a gig together, because by the time that gig was finished, 2 or 3 of them was ready to kill each other. It was embarrassing. I walked away. These people getting married are my parents. That's my parents' wedding day. Back in early 1980, mid 1980, I had some friends of mine said they were going to New Orleans. Asked me if I wanted to go. Hey, I'd never been to New Orleans. I wanted to go. Yeah, come on, let's go. So we go down to the French Quarter, and we're having a few beers, and we're laughing, joking, having a good time. I used to really, really enjoy going to the French Quarter. It's ruined now, but I used to really like going there. Anyway, I decided that I was going to buy a hot dog from one of the vendors on the street. All my friends told me, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Nah, I'll be okay. That made me so sick. It was unbelievable. I swear to you that a whole night and most of the next day, I could not leave the bathroom. Excuse me for being rude or graphic. It was bad. It was so bad that one of my friends went back the next weekend and took this picture and framed it and gave it to me as a friendly reminder of the weekend we spent in New Orleans. This is another band I spent some time with, 9-piece horn band. We're all dressed up to play a New Year's Eve gig at a private restaurant down, I don't know, it's 10th or 12th floor downtown Baton Rouge. That was a lot of fun. Maybe I shouldn't show the pictures of people's faces, but to be honest with you, these pictures are so old that you probably never recognize anybody in the pictures anyway. 9-piece horn band, a lot of fun to play with, never any room on stage, and a lot of equipment to move. And when you start talking about going in and out of elevators, or sometimes we'd play at bars that only had boat accessibility, you couldn't get a car. The only way to get to the bar is by boat. So we had to move all of our equipment by boat. And this was in the freight elevator. It was tough. It was laborious. This is a copy. It's a print of a drawing of the entrance to Pat O'Brien's on St. Peter Street in the French Quarter. Love that place. This is one of the plaques that I was honored with for serving as president of Red Stick Kiwanis in, I think, 22 and 23. I used to absolutely love building models. That's one that I built. If you look close in the background, you can see a Corvette body back there. I think it's a 1/32 scale Corvette that I was building at the same time. I don't think the Corvette's around anymore, but I still have the motorcycle. All right, I think we can settle in just for a second on this one. For a little while, I had a motorcycle shop, motorcycle salvage yard at my house. I think I had it for probably 7 years. A little sideline thing that I was doing, make a little money here and there. And during that time period, I bought a bunch of stuff from people that had stuff for sale. So the Triumph Genuine Parts Tag and the Hodaka Dealer Guide are from lots of stuff that I bought from dealers. The WR is off of the motorcycle that I had a WR 250, 93 WR 250. The Answer products, they're off my Answer pants, the racing pants. Behind everything, behind the WR and behind the dealer guide, behind the Answer pants, is Honker's Ale, I think is what it's called. I did a favor for a guy, and he was coming down from Michigan. He was coming down from Michigan to go to Daytona Bike Week. And what they wanted to do is they wanted to ride there. They couldn't ride all the way from Michigan. So he asked me, he called the Yamaha shop that I worked at. I was a service manager. And he said, would you mind if we park our trailer at your shop while we're in Daytona? And I said, well, we can't do that because we don't have space, but you can park it at my house. So he said, well, what can I do for you to show some appreciation? And I said, bring me down some local beer. Bring me down a good brand of local beers. Well, he brought me a 12-pack of that Honker's Goose Ale, I think is what it was called. It was good, but it was nice. It was enjoyable. It really was the gesture that worked out well. This is one of the number plates off my bike from the sand drags. I used to love going to the sand drags. You could go, you could have a great day, hang out with your buddies. It didn't take long to get there, and didn't even get the bike dirty most of the time. So the sand drags were always a good time. I have a niece by the name of Rachel who was an artist and was working in blues, I think is what they were doing. I don't know, but she freehanded this picture, and I ended up with it, and I think it's nice. I appreciate her letting me have that. Sorry. This Post-it sign is a reminder. It's intentionally up there. It's a reminder of of an afternoon that I spent with some of my buddies, at which time we had a lot of fun. And just like what it says on the plaque, it was awarded to me for serving in the capacity of Hare Scramble chairman for the Southern Enduro Riders Association back in the late 90s. I was honored. This is not a very good picture, taken at a kind of a hard angle because of the glare. That was taken probably right around the same time as the picture of the motorcycle that you saw just a minute ago that was black and white, the motorcycle model that was black and white. They were both taken when I was a kid. And that picture here, this one here, is our family dog, a black lab named Molly. This is a picture of a young British couple taken in England. Boyfriend and girlfriend who would eventually get married and become my parents. The motorcycle is a 29 Norton. That's a great picture. I'm glad that I have that. My sister Mo is the keeper of the pictures, and she's done a really, really good job about that. I think this is a great picture. There's something else about this picture that no one knows that adds to its importance in the world. That motorcycle is a 29 Norton. He sold that motorcycle to buy my mother's engagement ring. And as far as I understand, he never bought another motorcycle for himself. He bought me a few, but he never bought another motorcycle for himself. He sold that bike to get married to my mom. I think it's a big deal. Well, boys and girls, I think that's the 35th picture that my mom and dad on the motorcycle there. I think that's picture number 35. That means that there's 35 or 36 pictures left, so it's right in the middle. It shows to be just shy of 29 minutes long, which is right about my sweet spot for a video. I like the videos to be about 30 minutes. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We're gonna break this one off here today and continue on. We'll make this a two-parter so people it doesn't put people to sleep quite so quickly. And I hope you enjoyed that. I had fun. I still have other stuff in here to go over, 35, 36 more of them. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it for you. Everything in here has a purpose. Everything in here has a reason. Everything in here has a memory. That's why they're up there. Amy is the one who put all this stuff up. Her and Molly put all the stuff up for me, which I think was very nice of them. I'm slowly about the speed the garage is getting converted from a wood shop to gas, grease, and oil. This office is going to get transformed into a studio. But I got so much stuff in here right now. Some of it's not mine, so some of it belongs to Alex. So once his stuff is out, I'm going to start concentrating on rearranging it and making it more into more of a studio. But either way, thank you again for being here. I really do appreciate it. It's always fun to have you around. It's always nice to see you. Appreciate you. And thanks.